We people start originally from my homeland. Like my old man said, there's nothing impossible. So we have to bring this message to my brother lyrical straight from the crew.
Previously on Delos, we get our first freediving lessons and experience firsthand the majestic beauty of the sperm whale.
You know what today is?
I know. Do you know?
I just found out. It's our first day going underwater around the nature island of Dominica.
Dominique.
Sounds like Liz doing some kinky back here.
Just pumping away. My morning ritual. It's the seals the vacuum on my housing.
Saturday morning scuba dive. Yeah, I'm stoked. It's our first dive on Dominica. I don't know what to expect. Is it going to be macro? Is it going to be wide scale?
Well, there's quite a lot of variety here. Depending on what site we go to, I think we have better chances of getting different shots. But in general, there is a lot of really cool macro life, which is awesome. That's my favorite to shoot. But there are some beautiful topography and some like larger animals and stuff that we have chances of seeing. So it's really the grab bag, right? Like you don't know what you're gonna get down there.
Grab bag!
Let me show you my grab bag setup. This is the grab bag setup. This is the GoPro to handle the wide shots, and this is the Olympus TG5 to handle the macro shots.
We were pretty excited to check out the underwater world of Dominica, as it's quite unique in comparison to other flatter Caribbean islands. She's actually the youngest island in the chain, created about 26 million years ago. Because of her young age, the landmass is still steep where the water meets the coastline. This means massive drop-offs, diverse flora and fauna, and extremely deep water to witness the world's largest daily migration. But more on that later. First, we had to satisfy our urge to submerge.
Welcome aboard, welcome to the services of Dive Dominica. Welcome aboard the MV Ariane. And my name is Imran. This morning the site we have brought you to is called Wishes Point, Carib's Leap, or La Sorcière. Three different names, three different stories. The most famous was that back in the day, the native men were allowed to have more than 10 wives. And if they found any one of the wives being unfaithful, take them up there to the lava plug, kiss them goodbye. They come crashing down. No paperwork, no lawyers, no alimony. That's how things were done. But this day and age, the women are the ones who are tossing the guys over.
And we are about to dive a site called Witches Point. It gets super deep, and we're looking for some awesome macro stuff. And it is a beautiful day out on the water. We're right in front of Soufrière, so let's do it.
As soon as you hit the water and you are okay, and you have your body, we're gonna descend. Please pay close attention to your depth. The formation goes way past our maximum quite easily. The whole bay is a submerged volcanic crater, and we're diving off the edge. We're all professionals out here. Take your time, go nice and slow. Let's have some fun, and you have the urge to submerge. Cool.
Yeah.
It goes down forever.
What a wall, huh?
Yeah.
That wall was crazy, man. I went down to, I don't know, about 80, 85 feet, and I couldn't see the bottom. It just kept on going down, 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 down.
Down, down, deeper and down. Her reputation began to drown. And as the rumor grew, so did her vow that she wouldn't let this down.
We are at a site called Scott's Head Drop-Off, named after an English admiral named George Scott, who was captured by the French, had his head chopped off and thrown somewhere in the bay. We're still looking for that head as a reward.
Well, I think this is Champagne Reef because the bubbles bubble up from below. If you dig your feet into the sand, it's like hot. So there's definitely a lot of thermal action going on here.
Slayed, like we went into a cave.
What were you slaying?
I followed you into a cave and there was probably a dozen big lionfish in there. Just knocking them dead on that dive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat them up. Eat them to beat them.
Eat them to beat them. Look at that. Look at that catch. Eat them to beat them, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the one that came out of that cave, bro.
Pretty good size. Be a good fillet, like a good lionfish burger. That's exactly why. That tiny lionfish is smashing fish like that.
How many did you get?
About 8.
8. Whoa.
Only 8.
Have you ever been stung by one?
7 times.
There's a lot of lionfish here all the time.
Well, I normally catch it on my days off.
Yeah.
When I'm off, I go hunting.
Nice.
Very good fish. Very, very good.
Yeah, we eat
I know
them.
that's my favorite fish right now.
It's your favorite fish. That's a big statement.
Yeah, favorite fish.
Nice.
Especially with ceviche.
Yeah.
Lionfish
Oh, yeah?
ceviche. That's one of the best.
All right. Welcome to our dive site. Yeah, welcome to our dive site.
It's 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday. And we're getting ready to do some underwater partying. We're gonna attempt to do a dive that Nate and I have done quite a bit in Kona. And it's referred to as a blackwater dive.
This is a very unique dive, and it's a dive that you really cannot do in very many places in the world. And people are going nuts for this dive right now.
And basically, you go out over super deep water, like water that is thousands of feet deep, and you dangle from the boat in, you know, maybe like 50 to 60 feet of water, and you shine lights, and you hope that you can see some really crazy pelagic, small, tiny little sea animals. So
I'm stoked. This is a first for me. I've never done anything like this, so I hope we see something cool. I think we got the right gear, and I think we got the right expertise, so I'm feeling comfortable with it.
Why do we have to be over 5,000 feet of water? Every night there is the world's largest migration of animals, and it's right here in the ocean. Every night, all like the little pelagic creatures come up from the depths every night to close to the surface. They do that to feed on plankton and who knows. As you guys probably know, when an island grows, it pops out of the water and then it slowly sinks back in. Dominica has a very fast drop off.
it's really cool because no one's ever really tried a dive like this here in Dominica.
Okay, so we should have 6 65-foot lines, and they need to be on the outside of the boat. So
Basic idea of the setup here is that we're gonna all be kind of like hanging from lines from the boat in the event that something crazy happens and you were to lose consciousness or whatever. You want to be attached to the boat because if you sink to the bottom, she gone. We're getting a line system set up where basically there's going to be 6 lines for 6 divers. How's it looking over here?
It's good. We've got, what is it, 65 feet or 60 feet of this black poly line that's going to be at 3 points, and each person is going to clip onto that with their own 6-foot tether. So you kind of have quite a bit of room to move around if you want to.
6-foot tether.
That's going to be attached to the end of this, because each one of these is going to have a weight on the bottom that sinks it down. And you're going to be on that line, so you can go up and down with the carabiner, up and down this line, so that way you can't lose it.
Very excited. First time.
Oh.
Adrenaline rush.
Adrenaline, yeah.
Still alive. Lots of creatures that I haven't seen before.
Right now I feel fine, but I've been feeling a little bit nervous about this. And I'm sure that once we actually descend, it's going to be very scary. I mean, at least when you go on a night dive, it's always a little bit like, ooh, but you're with other people. And this, we're going to be hanging off our own individual lines off the boat. I thought we were going to be all on the same line at like different heights. So you're connected to the boat, but you're kind of by yourself too. So I don't know.
What's like the scariest thing that you can imagine? Like, what's like the worst case scenario that you can imagine?
Honestly, either the rope coming untied and then like sinking down, or like a pilot whale coming up and grabbing me or something, but I'm not trying to think about that right now.
Like a giant squid coming up from the depths and then grabbing onto your leg and then twisting you up in the line and then it breaking off the boat and then taking you down.
Oh, thank you for y'all.
That's worst case scenario.
Diving in deep water where you don't really have orientation, like sometimes on night dives, like if you're going deep, you find yourself like get vertigo. It feels good to be attached to something.
Yeah.
Goes well, like basically the plan is to kind of teach Dive Dominica how to conduct this dive, and that'll be something cool that people can actually come and do it here in Dominica.
Well, I'm watching a video from YouTube before I jump in.
Yeah.
Fingers is crossed to see nothing that's bigger than me.
What if we find a squid that's the size of you?
Well, it's coming home with me.
Yeah.
We're cooking tonight. We're cooking tonight.
So all these guys are putting knives on their legs and stuff. I don't think they realize they're getting ready to stab jellyfish. So it's like squish, 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 squish. But they look like they're gearing up for battle. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I'm stoked. This is super exciting. Uncharted territories.
So we're 2.4 miles out from shore now, and we're in about 1,000 meters of water, which would be about 3,000 feet.
We are now floating about 1,500 meters or close to 5,000 feet of water. This is also a very solo dive, okay? Don't bother trying to point anything out to anybody, because the moment you do, I've got something cool I want to show Brian. I see Brian, we make eyes, I look back, it's gone. You don't get to spend a lot of time with anything, unfortunately, because it's drifting and we're drifting, and eventually the boat is going to pull you away from whatever.
I definitely have some nerves, but just because of the unknown factor. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. I hope it's going to be really cool.
This is the way, visually, if it didn't make sense before, we clip this onto the diver. I think every BC is different, so you want to find a good spot. The strap is probably pretty good. I wouldn't do it here. And then the other end, which is, this is a 6-foot tether, is going to go onto the line that's sinking down, so that way you can slide up and down the line. And the other end of this one has a weight on the end.
I'm a little nervous, man. I'm actually glad I'm going on the first team, though.
Why?
I don't know. I just want to go first, and then I can come back.
Good luck, brother.
Okay.
45 minutes. I'll take care of the boat if you disappear.
There you go.
Man, that's cool. I got inked on by a squid. I'm pretty sure I saw a baby lobster, like a baby billfish, and a bunch of other things that I had no idea what were.
It's just a trippy experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, feels like you're in outer space and
like flying through some star fields. Huh?
Yeah, it's scary. It's fucking scary. Like, realistically, that's pretty insane. But it was really cool. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'd definitely do it again.
It's really trippy at first, but then after you sort of get in the zone, it's really cool. You're just drifting in like a field of debris and things, and everything's alive, but it's all real small. It's real small. But I'd definitely do it again.
Oh, I got attacked by so many squids. 3 times I got hit by a squid. The first one hit the light and just fucking squirted. Inked. The first squid inked all over and it scared the shit out of me. And then I was hanging out I was like filming the ink, and another one came and blasted into my arm and then exploded, and I think I got one for like 3 seconds on camera. It's probably blown out, but he was sitting there and like stunned in the light, and then he's like zoomed off.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, man. There's like so much life. You wouldn't, like, once you first get in and you're kind of freaking out, it's like there's just stars coming past you.
Yeah.
Like the old Windows
like
95. It's like the Windows 95 screensaver. And then all of a sudden you look closer and everything is alive. It's a soup of life.
Yep. Life soup, we call it. Would you do it again?
Yeah, I'd definitely do it again.
To say this experience was overwhelming would be an understatement, which made it pretty challenging to get some good shots. So we also wanted to share this footage that Nate and Jordan got in Kona a couple years back, so you can get a better idea of how truly wild these dives can be. Their photographer friend, Jeff Millison, is also a pretty big legend in the Blackwater photo game, and managed to capture this image of a juvenile octopus riding a seahorse. Fingers crossed we get the chance to experience this dive again in the future.
Bonjour.
Woke up making some waffles. Woke up, made some French toast. This is a cause of French toast because she can't eat the challah bread. So this might be the first ever French toast on rye.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it probably is pretty good. Well, just getting our carbs in before we go scuba duba.
We got really late for our Blackwater dive last night, and everyone's struggling this morning, but it's a rare sighting of Brady before 8 a.m.
Today, we shall go explore underwater once again.
I've seen your Brady.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm going.
What's happening?
What's happening?
How's your French toast? Scale of 1 to 10.
5?
5. I'll tell Nate. I'll tell Nate you said that.
Nate, he's a 10 out of 10.
How you feeling today, Brion?
Strong and good.
Yes.
Ready to go film some things.
Yes. Yes, sir. Second breakfast.
No, it's still first. I didn't finish it.
Just add on, a little ham add on.
Yeah. Let's go check it out.
Dominica's nickname of the nature island was clearly not just limited to the terrestrial side of things. The 700 square kilometers of reef around the island was some of the healthiest we'd seen in this part of the world. One reason for that could be that Dominica has established 3 massive marine reserves to help protect habitats like this one. Although there's no fishing allowed inside the reserves, they actually act as a spawning ground and nursery to ensure that fishing outside of them can continue forever. As if we hadn't been spoiled enough already, we then got to see something which was a first for me. A seahorse! It was astounding to see one firsthand, and it made me wonder more about these curious little creatures. I finally understood how they propelled themselves by using a small fin on their back that flutters, and then steer with even smaller pectoral fins on the back of their head. It was easy to see how well they could avoid predators by blending in with their surroundings so well, and anchoring themselves to wherever they like with their prehensile tails. It turns out they have no teeth and no stomach, so they must eat almost constantly to stay alive. They're monogamous and mate for life by engaging in an 8-hour courtship dance, which includes spinning around each other and changing colors. We actually saw another seahorse nearby, which we weren't able to capture on film, but it does mean that these two will continue their own little legacy under the protection of the nature island. Next up on Delos, we fly our new mizzen ballooner. And say a very sad goodbye to Nate and Jordan.
In the front, party in the back.
Look at that.
You like it? I like it a lot.